see.
Have you signed it? Meeting has been called in accordance with the provision of the Open Public Meetings Act, and that an announcement of the same has been mailed to the local paper and to the public in Belmar. And at the minutes, of this meeting will be available after the board approval. Approval as subsequent meeting.
Commissioner Lynch?
Yes.
Commissioner Orchard?
Yeah.
Commissioner Shara? Commissioner Ramey? Commissioner Casserly? Commissioner McCracken? Commissioner Massano? You have a quorum.
Okay,
Just did that. We're gonna do approval of the executive session minutes from November. Yeah, we went to do them last month, but we didn't have enough people here that were at that November meeting. And you know what, I don't think I have a copy of them with me. Give me 1 second to just grab them so I can see who is here.
yeah. Okay, we're just gonna look at the bill thing right now.
What, have we been paying it before?
The license for the license?
Yeah.
Yes, we paid.
Okay.
It's required for the job, Ellen, so we paid for it.
So
We have to have that seal.
Yes.
it was Commissioner Orchard, Shara, Casserly, McCracken, Massano. So Lynch and Ramey were not here in November. So I just needed approval of those, but you guys got a copy of all these, last
I'll
month.
make that.
Second.
Commissioner Orchard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shara, Commissioner Casserly,
Yes.
Commissioner McCracken,
Yes.
Commissioner Massano.
Yes.
Next is approval of January's minutes.
No, you weren't here.
Oh.
I just need a motion for the approval of January's minutes.
I make the motion.
I'll second.
Commissioner Lynch, Steen,
Yes.
Commissioner Orchard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shara,
Same.
Commissioner Ramey,
Yeah.
Commissioner Casserly,
Yes.
Commissioner McCracken,
Abstain.
Commissioner Massano.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
If anyone has questions on the bills, just,
I noticed there were 3 refrigerators.
Yes.
Must have been a calamity with that many.
No, we're trying to stock, so we order 3 at a time and get a better rate. So we have them when one fails, like we had one fail in a unit, so we put the new refrigerator in.
Good idea. I'm going to pass a motion to.
second.
Commissioner Lynch,
Yes.
Commissioner Orchard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shara,
Yeah.
Commissioner Rainey,
Yes.
Commissioner Casserly,
Yes.
Commissioner McCracken,
Yes.
Commissioner Messano.
Yes.
Okay, now, we have the November, minutes in executive session.
We did that.
You did them?
Mhm. Yep, so we're on page 2 now, Mayor.
Okay.
Board of Executive Director.
No, it's been very busy with the units, turning them over. We filled 4 units between December and January. And we have, we're filling a unit, the end of this week will be available. And we have 1 more to go, and that'll be March 1st. Yeah, I think I had reported that several people had passed away. A couple people have.
Moved out.
So it's been extremely busy in terms of turning them over and interviewing for
Yeah, and
people.
then getting them ready for that.
Yeah. So I think we're back on track now. We've gotten some bids for the elevator. And it's more expensive than I thought, but I've never modernized an elevator before. Our lowest bid to date is $165,000 for one elevator.
That's the one.
So, in terms of priority, the facade, the brick facade, I think we have to get that walkway around. That's the first thing. So we'll get that done. And then, perhaps, we'll look at I think there's one more bid coming in for an elevator.
1 or 2, I forgot.
Yeah. And then we'll look at, we'll take, with the lowest bidder, we'll try and meet with them. And I'm thinking maybe we could phase it. I don't know if it's possible, but do parts of it over time. Is that possible?
It is, actually, we talked about that today in my office.
So maybe the control panel first or some,
Yeah, because there's actually, now when you get into upgrading the controller, certain things in the building have to now be tied in, like your fire alarm system, so that's an additional cost on top of the elevator. So certain things need to be brought up to the current code the minute you change your controller. So the people who cried wolf back in September that don't live in this building did not do you any favors.
Did this go out to a formal bid, Christine, or was this just request for proposals?
It went out with a formal bid to 6 different companies. 4 of them came and looked at the elevator and declined to bid on them. Said it's outside of our scope of work, it's not anything.
well, one was Otis, which is a huge company, right? They did
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think when we look at it, we have to look at what components of it we have the most trouble getting replacement parts.
And there's certain parts that we can do that won't require building upgrades. So I think we can start with that, where it's probably, I would say 70% of your issues are with the doors. We can do a door package that doesn't require any upgrading of your building systems, and that's gonna eliminate about 70% of your problems. And it's probably 20% of the cost.
No, that would be, yeah.
Yeah.
So once we get them all in,
Mhm.
we'll get together and we'll go over them and
Yes.
see where we can go from here. Great. Yeah. The elevator's working fine, by the way. It's, even had any issues with it. Over the weekend, we lost the hot water heater, which is gonna be about $10,000.
It never ends.
Now, they have waterless, things that.
Yeah, not for this kind of use.
No.
You're talking little panels for houses, waterless tanks. We have 3 of them in the mechanical, and this is the oldest.
The one way.
One way. Mike thinks, he's gonna double check, he thinks it was about 12 years old. You can usually tell the year on the serial.
How's that affecting the bill?
No, we can run with 2 until we get the third.
Right.
So we're gonna get a couple prices, from Ciliano, who does all our maintenance. And we'll give Belmar Plumbing another shot at it if he wants to bid on it. We'll probably end up with Ciliano.
That sounds good. There's so many things on the outside of the building you have to control.
Yeah, we have a new crack in the one corner. Mike and I were looking at it the other day. Fortunately, one good thing about the weather this year, we haven't had the cold expansion and contraction. So it's been fairly stable this year. But, you know, the bid award, the request for bid is gonna go published in the paper probably the next week for the engineers, and then we'll see where it comes back out. But their original estimate was, I think, about $90,000 to put that walkway around the building.
But they would mesh up or something around it, yeah.
And Amy, myself, and Tom, our accountant, we're gonna sit down next Monday and look at a possible grant we can apply for. And Maria knows what our needs, we talked briefly about it, about the facade, so maybe we can solicit the help of Congressman Colon, and I've already reached out to Chris Smith's office, so they're also, so let's hope we can get some. The grants that I've looked at, the emergency funding, have mainly addressed lead paint remediation,
Security.
and security. They're the two areas they sort of identified. So we have to find some other grant for emergency, because it is emergency.
It is
repair.
emergency, absolutely, yeah.
You know, and it leaks into issues in the building. You know, the
Yeah.
exterior walls of units, they bubble up,
Of course.
and, you know, and Mike repairs them, and then they bubble up again. Because the water is coming
That
through on
leads
the
to
outside.
mold eventually, yeah, absolutely, it's very serious, yeah. That'd be great if we could get any kind of money.
Is, an inspection report, do we know?
Well, she's in last month.
Oh, that list, this is last month.
Yeah, that's what.
The only other thing is, we're now on a regular schedule. I spoke to Ellen 2 times a month for the meals, but they doubled up because you had already scheduled
That's okay.
Thursday.
Just let me have the dates again so I can get her daughter in to help.
I'll tell you right now. 14th and 28th, but you are, or I'm sorry, the 9th and the 23rd. So yeah, 9 and 23rd. It's been going between Acrobytes, and Simply Southern.
Wow.
So I'll wait for her. Okay?
So it's, you know, it's very nice, it's a complete deals, balanced deals.
That's
The
Yeah.
food is
One
very,
last
the
night they
food
had-
is very good.
Were they good?
Very good.
Well, regarding the facade, if I can help facilitate a meeting, the HUD Region 2 Coordinator, Dean Santa, I'd be happy to do that too. I know HUD has some programs. Last time I spoke with him, they're dealing with several buildings who have the exact same situation that we do. They're aware of it and they know the seriousness of it.
Have they made any determination about it, or
Well, yeah, they have a new funding program.
can, well, yeah, I would,
Yeah.
I'd be more,
That'd be
very
great,
anxious to
Jim.
meet with them. Yeah. It really helps because our engineer and our program monitors are both new, and they're great.
Okay, okay.
And that adds a lot of challenges because they're learning a
Exactly,
whole new system.
yeah.
I'm just asking, what was it, you said Simply Southern, what was one in Asbury?
Macro bites, I think it's called.
I got it upstairs, but
macro something?
Yeah,
Okay.
And they do it every month, these people?
every month.
You're-
Wow.
yeah. We're trying to get them to rotate. So have them the one Thursday and then have Simply Southern the other Thursday, so.
Yeah, they really should get some accolades out of this, you know what I'm saying? I mean, truthfully.
Yeah.
It's some kind of, well, we've sent, we did it on a trial basis, so we can,
But thank you notes?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do
I'm
send
sure
thank you
you've
notes.
done
Oh,
that,
of
but I
course,
mean,
I
yeah.
send them out every time they
But
send
a
a
good
bill.
publicity
Like,
for them.
Yeah.
The happy
Oh,
hour or something.
yes.
Yeah, they really should get, yeah.
Is that funded through a grant, or they're just?
I think it's a grant.
It's a
They got
grant.
It's a nonprofit
Mhm.
that administers.
Very nice. Yeah.
I think that's all.
Where's the correspondence?
It's this one. It's right on correspondence.
Any correspondence? Any old business? Any new business?
Excuse me, this is Maria. Sorry I'm not there. I've got a combination of flu and a cold, but no COVID, thank God. But could we possibly go into closed caucus for about 5 minutes?
I don't have it on the agenda, Maria,
Okay.
so I don't know if I can add it. Or can we do it next meeting? I can put it on the agenda for next meeting.
Sure. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Any reports from commissioners that?
I just want to give a shout out to all the tenants that helped deliver the food and for helping with the repast for Alice and her family. Everything turned out very well, and I thank you very much for your appreciation.
I'd also like to welcome, in her new capacity as a councilperson, Marina Montanero. She's visited us before at the meetings, so thanks for coming tonight.
Remarks from the
I saw that, yeah, I saw that.
I don't think anything.
Remarks from the general public, if you have any questions or anything you need to know.
Hi, I'm Ed. I'm in apartment 6B. I just
We
moved
can't hear
in,
you.
January.
Can you hear me?
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Apartments
I'm in apartment 6B,
6B.
efficiency. You guys were talking about the elevator before. On the 28th, when I was coming down the elevator, it shook violently and I ended up on my butt. It wasn't something I expected to happen. And it was tough for me to get back up, but I got back up. The elevator, it scared the hell out of me. I just, I heard you guys talking about it, so I don't know what this guy's gonna do about that, but.
Has anybody else experienced that?
Between 4 and 2 is when it happened to me.
Can you tell anybody yet?
It does shake, especially on a real windy day.
Yeah.
It gets in there and it, you know, you do shake.
Did you report it to anyone?
I know I should have, but
Yeah, whenever something like that happens, you gotta let us know.
And
Okay.
right away, so that we could check it out and see.
all right, I just,
So would that have
I
something to
was
do with
telling this
doors?
lady here about it.
The window and here? She's talking about replacing the boards.
I'd rather.
Mike's got them on.
Anybody else from the general public would like to ask questions or?
Yes.
Is that?
Do you wanna talk?
Yeah, I'm just trying to pull up the pictures, but 1 minute, please. Maria's gonna help me show the pictures while I talk.
Great. I'll go first, Ms. Steve, it's okay. I'm Maria
Okay, one more.
Rantanaro. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here. I'm the Housing Authority's liaison to the Mayor and Council. First, I just want to extend my sympathies. I know you've lost several residents in the past few months, and I am so sorry, and
I'm sorry to
sympathies
keep you
from our
waiting.
Mayor and Council as well for your loss. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., there's a...
Okay,
There's
Maria?
a...
Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay,
There's a question and answer event happening about the Anchor program, which most people here should be eligible for this benefit. If you're unable to attend but want more information, call Borough Hall and you can ask for either Maria or ask about the Anchor program and we'll give you a call back. But if you can come 6 p.m. tomorrow at the library to learn more about the Anchor program. I mean, you could easily get back $450 from the government this year, so don't miss out. I want to thank Mr. DeSantis for his time last week updating me on the status of the building repair, protocol for work orders and repairs. And I've met with several residents here about their issues and quality of life. I do have a question about the work orders. So they have their dates on them, right, that they get written up. Can they be done in, I was told that they were done in triplicate form at some point, where the resident had a form, and then so did the director and the super. Is that still happening?
No. He got overwhelmed with the units. I just talked to him today, and I said, you gotta go back to it.
Okay.
He had a list. He has a list of repairs that need to be done. And, you know, he should be really following it, but he's had a ton of work to do in the past 2 months.
I bet.
Floor apartments running.
Do you need different paper, like the
No, we
triplicate
we
paper?
bought them, we bought the
Okay.
printed form.
Okay.
And it is 3 copies, yes.
Great, thank you. Okay.
okay, thanks. Okay, I have 4 areas I would like to discuss about the conditions of the buildings that can be remediated to make our building more habitable, safe, and clean. The first one is, I know you're aware of leaking toilets and then the leak goes to the next bathroom, okay, causes the ceiling to collapse. Now, I can understand that, but my issue is the delay. Now, the person who, the tenant put in his work order form November 21st, he has not had that repaired yet. Now, if something should happen to that tenant, the falling ceiling fall, I don't know, whatever, Belmar Housing Authority is liable. They're going to be sued big time. That should have been addressed much sooner, okay? My suggestion is it's not going to help what happened, but I think to make work order forms more efficient, that the triplicate forms should be reinstated. We had them a year ago. The triplicate work order forms, they are so good because they keep everything on record. We need that.
We just spoken, Missy, and we're going back to it.
Okay. I just want to. Okay, if you would show, I just wanted Maria to show the ceiling. But that was taken in November. I'm sure it's much worse now. Okay, while Maria's
Missy?
passing that around, the second issue is smoking at the building. Okay. I have the lease agreement, and I said June 30th, the Belmar Housing Authority will be a no smoking facility. I understand that if I am found to be smoking in the building, I will be in violation of my lease and may be subject
to eviction or fines. Okay. I can understand that, but I think it needs to be more forceful. The wording of this agreement, when you're talking about fines, yeah, well, what fines? I think you have to enumerate it. A first offense, $100, whatever you want to fine them. Second offense, $200. That's it. Three
Listen, I'm
strikes,
open
you're
for
out.
suggestions, but short of putting cameras in every unit, I don't know how you're gonna find people smoking behind their doors. I mean, we know people do
Yeah,
it.
and it's a, excuse me for not cutting you off, but it is a problem.
I know.
You know, because I was sick last week, I mean, really sick with my face all swollen on my eye from the smoke coming in the vents and I don't smoke. The little lady next door to me don't smoke, but there's other people smoke. And it's worse this winter than it's ever been. Yes, this is just cigarettes, not the marijuana now. No, it's not the whatever they smoke, but this is cigarette smoke. Real cigarette smoke. And where it's coming from, I don't know.
And you can
And
smell
I go
it
in my
from-
bathroom,
Yeah.
when I go into my bathroom, I have to gag. It's coming through that vent. And I used to have a board. My board, when he made me take it down, but I'm gonna put it back up.
Put it back up.
I can't take it.
All right.
Oh, I would hate.
I can't take it. And even in the kitchen behind the stove, I have to cover that one up too, because that's where all the marijuana comes in.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
smell pot too.
lot of
I covered mine up.
majorly.
Mine's
Yeah.
in the kitchen
My
also.
God, you could not sit and smoke
Majorly.
joints all day long, and I'll be sick.
I don't mind it
It's
that much.
a problem in the bed.
I kind of stand in the kitchen.
I don't like when they walk out.
Well, listen, as I said, if it's a chronic problem, then
It's awful.
if we know who it is and we can catch them, we can do something.
But that's outside.
Smoking outside of cigarettes on the property.
The picture that Maria's passing around is from the patio. Now those cigarette butts, there must be 100 of them out there. And right now, this is the dry season. My gosh, all you need is a little cinder and have a fire on the patio. So this is something that really we should be really enforcing. I don't know who is responsible for this, but this has to be enforced very strictly. It's a fire code violation.
Well, we put up ashtrays 25 yards away from the building and anchored them. And that's what people are supposed to be using. If I see somebody smoking on the patio, I tell them right then, put it out. So maybe everybody should be proactive in that way. Just tell them, put it out.
So it seems like no one seems to know who's doing the smoking, that's what it sounds like.
Okay.
Mike once in a while will say you can smell it from a certain apartment. But then again, you have to give 48 hours notice to go into the
Oh,
apartment.
you can't just knock and say, don't come. That's also.
I mean, you can knock on the door, but they don't have to let you
Yeah,
in.
that's a very good point that you bring up, yeah. I don't know if Missy understands that either.
You just can't walk in. If it's an emergency, you can,
Of course.
but that's not considered an emergency.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's-
can you explain
Okay,
what
the
this is?
next picture is of the elevator. It is filthy. Filthy, filthy, filthy. It looks like someone peed on the wall. And it's not been cleaned.
The elevator's cleaned on a regular basis. If somebody's,
No, that's been there.
No, they need a
been there.
paint job, Paul.
Needs a paint job. Needs a paint job.
it's probably.
I can get some information on some smoking policies, well, I mean, I know we have a policy for enforcement procedures, I mean, with the marijuana, that is strictly prohibited in the code.
They know that. That's already been told, everybody, they all know that.
Is it medicinal?
Even medicinal, you can't do it.
Still can't smoke in the building. You don't smoke in the building, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's there now.
Yeah, we didn't have that brought up when we
Yeah,
talked.
they got the gummies and everything else.
Right.
It's legal now.
Yeah, that's
Other
not.
than marijuana, legally.
Can't eat it.
Well, I don't know. That would be really hard to
Okay, please.
discover.
Yeah, I mean, if it was medicinal, you could have, I think you have any.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Miss.
No one's gonna.
One more.
Go ahead.
Okay, okay. This is of the bike rack outside. There has to be at least 50 bicycles out there. Now, we only have 4 people in our building who bicycle. And I'm at this point now, is somebody running this bike business here?
Not that I'm aware of, but
No, really, I'm
I can
serious.
tell you, we went through
Anyway,
the
and my suggestion is that people who have a bicycle should register with you, Paul. Keep a record of who have bicycles. Any bicycles that aren't registered, give them to the police department. Free up the patio. The patio is for us to enjoy.
We threw out the rusted ones. We got rid of the ones that were just sitting there. But every bicycle in that rack, somebody says is
And that's a
theirs,
rack.
and they can use it.
Yeah, if it's in a rack and it's, you know, what are you gonna do? Yeah.
We also have that electric cart out there because they can't charge the battery, the lithium battery to do it.
Yeah.
So he bought a cover for it, and it's out.
That's good, because that was a big discussion,
Yes.
yes.
So he's a body layer.
Is there anyone else that is,
Okay, I just want to say thank you very much. I just want to let you know the issues I brought up, they can be taken care of very easily. It won't cost any money. It just needs somebody who needs to get on the ball. Do the job.
Well,
Okay.
when we get done turning
Thank you.
over 5 units, I think we'll have a lot more time. You know,
Okay.
Well, can I ask you this, so when a work order comes, you know, Mike obviously has to triage the work and the repairs,
Yeah.
particularly since he's the only person. We had an unusual period of high turnover, which obviously needs to be the priority, get those units turned over. Does he go, when he initially gets a work order, does he at least go look at that and say, okay, this is a priority, I gotta do this today, or I gotta call somebody, or this is gonna
we
wait
can
a
tell
week?
on the work order what the priority would be. Leaking water is always a priority.
Okay, so he does do that.
Yeah. Other things, maybe not as quickly, you know, but,
we used to hire someone to come and help when we had like, say, one of these places.
we've done it once in a while with painting. The guy that we used doesn't do it anymore. And today I had a discussion with Mike, that we can bring somebody in to help clear out that one unit that's filled with stuff that we have to clear out and turn it over. So I told him he could get somebody to help him move the stuff out. So that'll happen. The only other thing I just wanted to bring up in terms of the building is people are still throwing adult diapers and cat litter in those dumpsters in the closets on the floor. Is it that trash dumpster on each floor? People are still doing that. And it's really not very pleasant to talk about.
What is it? I'm sorry.
The hoppers in the closet on each floor for trash, some people put their trash in it, in that closet. There's one on every floor.
Yeah.
There's like 2 garbage cans in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even put any in while I was.
The practice, they used to have a drop for the trash and incinerator at the bottom. That's why the building was designed that way. And it was an incinerator access in each closet. We don't have that anymore. And unfortunately, if we continue to have this problem with what people are throwing out, we're gonna just, just lock those closets up, and we're not gonna be able
Oh, I see.
to do it that way.
Well, it's gone on everything
I have
now.
smelled it.
You have to have closed.
Well, a lot of tenants bring their own trash down. I know there's some that can't,
I
but
don't think
the
anybody
majority of them
would
do
do
bring
that.
their bag down and throw it in the dumpster down.
Well, isn't there something in the paperwork when you first move in that says if you have an animal that you have to bring your own
Yeah, we have a whole pet policy that I
Exactly,
get,
that
yes.
has, you have to bring that yourself,
Right.
yes.
It's an Italian.
And you're saying that they don't, yeah,
Well, cattle.
yeah,
So Paul, with the unit turnovers, because Mike has a lot of just regular janitorial responsibilities, including grounds and, as well as maintenance. So all the units get painted, the carpet gets replaced or cleaned, right? It's relatively new. And then are there other upgrades that he does, or in the kitchen or anything, like?
If everything's working fine, if there's a cabinet or something that's damaged, we replace that. All the toilets, he replaces the wax seal
Okay.
routinely. That way we can be, we can try and keep up with the wax seal, which is 90% of the leaks happen there.
Right.
The seal disintegrates and then water gets in there. And the problem is you don't notice it right away. You may not notice it for weeks. And then the water will start seeping in. And by that point, the water has also come through. So, yeah, they're the basic things that have to be done.
I know you said maybe, that the fellow that we had previously, when Mike got super busy and we had a high turnover, is no longer available, but I don't know, should we look for somebody else to see if we can get a wrap up for him?
Well, right now, if he can get somebody in to help him clear out that unit, that'll make a big difference. He has the month to paint it. He'll schedule the carpet cleaner to come in, the service to come in.
And they will be vetted, right, whoever we get to put in, go through the apartment and stuff.
What's that?
They'll be vetted, right?
What do you mean by that?
Check.
Tenants, new tenants?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh,
are, yeah.
Yeah, we do secure, we
We do backgrounds.
So
When
they
you say
were all
clean
done.
out the unit, like, this particular resident's family didn't come and take the belongings?
There's no contact with the family. We tried reaching out to him. He passed away and, at Jersey Shore, and they didn't know what to do with the body. The county's gonna bury it.
Oh, wow.
But apparently he had like 4 sons, and, they all, at one point, wanted nothing to do with it. So, yeah, it's But yeah, whenever we need somebody, we can find, we've used George DeGree, for example, works for the borough,
Mhm.
his own time.
I know, he's the
He's
backup.
he's
Yeah.
very honest.
But he's very busy right now, because right away I said, well, can George help you unload it? And he said, no, he asked him, and he said he's busy now. He'll find a younger guy to help him. Then we, fill out a W-2 and pay him, I told him we'll pay him $30 an hour. It's bulk work.
Then how will you get rid of it, just put it out here that it's picked up, bulk, okay?
The big items we have to get the body and storage. We offer.
Yeah, because, and,
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
What? Sorry.
Hi, Mayor,
Yes.
I was wondering, I keep forgetting to ask, who's responsible for cleaning the ducts, the air ducts, like the, you know, the vents in the bathroom.
There's a main vent, they clear it, I think they clean it out once a year.
Oh,
Suck it
okay,
out.
cause I've yet to see that,
Yeah,
and I was told that the tenant is responsible for cleaning that out.
well, the stuff you can access, yes.
Well,
With a
the
brush.
outs, of course, but I'm certainly not gonna like get up on the toilet and climb in the hole, it's about.
Yeah, why not?
But okay, I
So
didn't
if
know.
you get caught in there, don't blame me.
Oh, God forbid, no, I wouldn't, I'm just walking
Keep yourself
after
up
almost a
high
year.
if you do that.
The one in the kitchen, they take a paintbrush and it comes right out.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
no,
can get it
I'm
in-
talking about inside,
You can get on my shoulders, we got
no thanks.
I do mine with a bottle brush.
it. There you go, that's a good idea too. That's right.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Did not.
The bottle brush pen.
Oh, the big guys this past weekend, yes, now I remember, I'm like, what are you talking about? Now I remember.
There was a young fella that needed some furniture, him and his wife. They just got an apartment and they needed
Yes,
furniture.
that's
And
good.
somebody called me and I said, yes, come over here. They came over here and cleaned out his apartment.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
The same
perfect.
apartment that we're talking about?
No, this is another apartment.
But her son had taken what he wanted out of there, and he said anything else.
Right,
And
right,
they
right.
came and
That's
cleaned out
perfect.
everything.
You're good with all that stuff. You are.
You're gonna get a raise.
Nothing to nothing.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions or anything you want to talk about? Okay. All right. Motion to adjourn.
I'll second it. Oh, was it you first?
You can move.
All in favor?
Aye.
So they can beat Manasquan in the.
Thank you, Maria, have a good night.
All right, thanks, baby, take care, thanks
Bye-bye.
all, take
Good
care.
night, Maria.
Bye, Maria.
Bye, stay all, stay well.
Oh, I do have those forms upstairs.
I know, they beat him in Manasquan.
They can come get 'em.
Manasquan